It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we've got the Seahawks leader at quarterback. There were no problems for him last week, going over 350 passing yards. It's the Seahawks and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And leading them out, their signal caller. Now it is 4th season in the NFL.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. He'll look to throw. They're going right back to Pittman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Holding offense.
You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And this is off target to the left, didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Finds his running back, James Conner. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Cardinals hit 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 19 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Conner here on first. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Murray. That's complete to McBride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is successful. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Conner is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
And here's Tucker McCann now for the PAT. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
What's up, Saucy? How's it going?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they were in field goal range last time out.
Good deal, man. Well, you got in just in time to witness Conner get his 7th rushing touchdown.
Entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And he will lose yardage.
Gotcha, man. Good luck.
23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check pink. Opposite. Green. Ready.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker.
Yeah, man, and that's crazy considering he missed week 2 with a high ankle sprain, so he's only played 3 games. This is his 4th.
Offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
All right, we got our prospect, Nathaniel Dell, returning punts.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
I'm not going to ruin the average. It was too close.
The Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage, had the touchdown on their first drive.
Hey, Saucy, did you take a look at the NFL record I broke?
They can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes.
Yeah, I get confused because you guys' usernames always change.
But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
That's what I meant. Another account name. Sorry about that.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? You're not getting a tee off from the quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Good deal. What's your record? Is it 3-0?
Out of the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to
Nice.
to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down.
Nah, you ain't going nowhere, Metcalf. We shut you down the last time we played you.
3 and out on the last possession. That told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard.
Now that was a nice run.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football.
Did you see my short? I kicked a 68-yard field goal yesterday versus Denver.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
Yeah, man. And I actually attempted a 71, and I missed it by like probably 7 feet. I got all those up on my shorts.
After 7-0.
Yeah, and the scary thought of it is I can make it from 70. I'm almost 100% sure of it.
And it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf.
Of course, that's with like a 4 to 5 mile an hour wind. But I mean, it's still freaking a bomb.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. Oh, look at the juke. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Walker once more. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks
Gotta give them some credit. They're putting up a fight. Pretty good for a 0-3 team.
Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Yeah, I know. They're always smug.
So now for the extra point. It's up
And the crazy thing about it, I kicked 260, no, a 66, 268 yarders, and I attempted a 71 in the same game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
A guy named C.J. Stroud, he's out of one of the draft classes.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now?
We'll look at it after this play.
They got to get going.
The drive will start with Connor. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5.
There you have it. He's a 98. The scary part is my punter's a 99. Again, I got these all both off the free agent list. They're not creative players, obviously.
To a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take up and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is going to have the Cardinals first down.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. Is it a short or an actual video?
From our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's able to top of the box midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7.
Which one is it, buddy? Is it the Tyree? Is it Tyreek Hill?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I left a like on it. I see it.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards. And only
Yeah, Tyreek Hill is definitely, he's a freak of nature. Fastest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the
No problem.
Oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Able to get this one to McBride. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, You just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away. Incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to go the ball and let the man run in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing there, but
Man, they're playing some defense.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
now here's Ross. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and weighing in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially.
Nice, man.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, what coverage. What coverage by Murphy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfectly timed user pick.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
McCann for the point after.
Yeah, I hope you get one, man. They're a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. A whole different experience, gaming-wise. It's pretty much a computer now.
Not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. 2nd and 3. Going right back to Fant. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Ready, set. Check White.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Come on, set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. Give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Yeah, so far so good. It's pretty balanced.
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, he's open over there.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, nice pass breakup again.
Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throw left side complete. That's Walker. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Back to throw again. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line.
Ready.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Here we go.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
Caught on the slant. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and
Man, I feel I should have had that pick right there.
to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
On the set.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Oh, my God. An interception right there. Come on.
Another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
pass. His kick is good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Devontae Adams with 3 touchdown receptions. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Antonio Gibson, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams. some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. That's complete to McBride. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. That's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge game, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
The defensive line pretty well contained and came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Connor up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The pressure was given up, but that's why he plays on defense. So to keep people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much right after the catch.
Murray now. Goes right back to McBride. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
McCann's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
11 yards for number 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Ready.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fielded just inside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinal offense takes back over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They run behind center with Connor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This red zone is where the Seahawk player really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Going with their tight end on fourth. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Now Murray. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. The first and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Dancing to his left, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So roughing the passer there on second and goal. They'll get half the distance and a fresh set of downs to try to punch one in. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
McCann now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Okay,
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Yeah, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39. A good pick up there, 20 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now a draw play. It's Walker. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Set, go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 76 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Straight ahead, Walker. Oh, a heck of a move. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Here's Murray. Over the middle, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
An option handoff given to Connor.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, Murray. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way. He's trying to get that one out to his running back in the backfield, but that one was read and timed correctly, and he went to break it up.
Pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the draw, Connor. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Check white. Switch yellow. Black swap. Check pink.
Second and 6. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete.
Oh my gosh. That was a pick 6.
He's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it. Precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, the team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Connor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 30.
And this is an absolute key third down that's been set up here. There's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they really hope to win this game.
Pastor, you say big third down, put the big in capital letters here. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get your reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. McCann's kick up and good, and that will extend their lead even further. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 13. A minute 56 to go. Here's Walker to start the drive. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. He completes this to Walker. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35.